this video, we're going to be talking about PlaceIt, the good, bad, ugly, and we are going to be covering everything as to whether or not it is a worthwhile investment in 2022 and beyond. So stay tuned. If you're a print-on-demand seller, or if you sell on Etsy or your own Shopify store, you're going to want to check out this tool. And you're also going to want to be aware of all the negatives of this tool so that you are making an informed decision. Really quickly though, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Jacob Knowles. I am a print-on-demand seller. I've made over $500,000 online, selling on Etsy, Amazon, and my own personal Shopify stores. So if you are interested in the same, and you're interested in making a full-time income online or a part-time income and replacing your 9-to-5 job, I suggest you hit subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers, and I feel like that's only accomplishable with your support. PlaceIt's basically a software that first and foremost was released to help sellers put their designs on t-shirts, mugs, iPhones, all different sorts of apparel that you might be selling for print on demand. Recently though, and what I would like to really highlight in this video is PlaceIt has came out with their own design library where you can essentially take assets that their artists have already created, pair different text with it, or slightly alter the images or add a background behind the image. And now you have a completely new design that you can upload to Etsy, Amazon, Redbubble, Teespring, wherever you're selling. And this is extremely useful for people like me who aren't formally trained graphic designers. And I sell a lot of print on demand, and I'm not formally trained in design. That is pretty much what PlaceIt is. We're going to dive deeper into the actual functionality and how to use it and what you can do with it, and we're going to dive into the computer in a little bit to take a look at that. Pro number one is that PlaceIt has a huge design library, as I just said, that you can access, and you can customize these graphics and use them for your business, and they're good. Like, as you'll see in a minute, they're not rubbish graphics. They're really good. They're really unique, and they're with a little bit of creativity and with a little bit of your own energy, you're going to be able to transform them into amazing designs that you can put all over the internet and hopefully get lots of sales. So that's pro number one. It's a really big deal for someone who wants to create designs quickly, and their biggest bottleneck in their print-on-demand business is that they can't create enough designs, or they don't want to hire someone else to make the designs for them. So that's pro number one. It really solves that issue in every niche, almost every niche. I'd say some niches, it's kind of hard to find designs in, but almost every single niche, you're going to be able to search for whatever you need and be able to use a graphic that day and then upload that graphic to the platform to sell same day, no problem. And that's the first pro. The second pro is that PlaceIt has a huge library of mockups, even more so than designs probably. PlaceIt has thousands and thousands and thousands of photo mockups. And recently, again, another update, they added video mockups. So this is really, really useful for Etsy. On my Etsy store, on every single listing, I will include a video to help boost my search results and help increase the conversion rate on my listing page. So I don't actually order the product and make a video. I actually use PlaceIt and the mockup generator to find a very specific model who's doing something very specific, like pouring coffee or walking their dog or petting their cat or whatever it might be. They're already doing that inside of the video, and then my design gets rendered onto whatever they're using, and then I can download it and use it for whatever it may be. Even Facebook, Instagram ads, you could use these videos and get really creative. So pro number two is that you have a huge library of mockup assets, and you don't need to actually buy your products to get high quality mockups. You can subscribe to PlaceIt, and you can have pretty much every mockup you'll ever need, and you can have it rendered in about 30 seconds. So that is pro number two. The last pro that I have on my list, certainly not comprehensive of all of the benefits that you would receive if you subscribe to PlaceIt, but the last pro that I have on my list is it's a huge source of inspiration. I almost said information. Inspiration. Artists are getting commissioned to create these designs and they're given free creativity, freedom to just create amazing, interesting, weird, quirky designs. And a lot of them, I'll be honest, a lot of them probably don't work well for print-on-demand designs, but some of them are incredibly, incredibly high quality and are gonna save you a lot of time. So that's why pro number 3 is design inspiration from PlaceIt. We have to talk about the cons of using PlaceIt and why you might decide to not subscribe to PlaceIt and why it might not be for you. That PlaceIt sometimes can take a little while to load and render images, especially videos. You know, it can take 5-10 minutes sometimes for the complete process to be finished and ready for you to download. However, you kind of have to balance that with the fact that if you were to try and do this on your own inside your own video editing software, it would take you hours. So even though sometimes the system can be slow, sometimes, you know, you want to move a little bit quicker, get your images faster, and in PlaceIt can be, you know, a little laggy. Overall, it's saving you an incredible amount of time for your print on demand business. Con number 2, PlaceIt is not a one and done, purchase it once and you have it sort of tool. It is a subscription service. Out of all the tools that I've used to grow my print-on-demand and e-commerce businesses, I would say that PlaceIt is in the low to middle range when it comes to subscriptions. About $15 a month for basically everything. They might have a higher tier, but $15 a month is typically, that's what I pay. So it is a subscription service, you have to keep that in mind, but at the same time, there are always new features being released, new mockups being added, new designs being added, so you're never really sad to see that $15 leave your account. PlaceIt definitely takes care of you as a customer. The final con that I have on my list is that sometimes when you're searching for really, really niche designs, you're not going to be able to find anything. So sometimes whenever you've hit a niche that no one else has really tapped into and it's really unique, you're still going to have to make your own designs because there's really not going to be that much available in that niche on PlaceIt yet. But what I've noticed is that over time, if you look historically at the design library on PlaceIt, they typically add to their collection some of the trends as they notice them. So they're good about updating the catalog over time. But just be aware that if you're in a very specific niche, you may not find a ton of designs. Sometimes it's difficult to find the really specialized search results on PlaceIt. So here we are. We're looking at so many different types of CAD designs, which is great for us as print-on-demand sellers. We can simply choose one that we really like and customize from there. So as you can see, there are so many different art styles here. No two designs, I mean, some of the designs obviously look the same, but a lot of the designs look completely different. So let's just pick one that we like. Maybe this one here. I like the art style behind this. It's unique. And as you'll see, we can customize almost everything in this picture. Obviously, we can't customize the little elements like the pitchfork and the cats themselves, but you know, let's say we didn't like this image, we could switch it over to this guy. What is he doing? Anyway, we could switch it over to this girl. You know, but I like this design. I want to change the text to live in the meow. Like, kind of like instead of live in the now, live in the meow. This is a terrible tagline. You should not take this design. I did not do any research for this design. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But I'm just showing you guys how it's possible to customize designs really, really quickly. So here's my favorite part. Once you have a good standard template design that you think looks pretty good, I like that. I like the font change to Carter's. Once you have a design that you really, really like, what you can do is click download, and it'll start pending over here in your downloads. And then you can start rapid firing, multiplying the designs that you have. And guys, sorry, I forgot to change this to a transparent background. You'll want to do that before you hit download. You probably also want to move these elements up a little bit. But you'll click download, that's one design. And then what you can do is come over here and change this blob over to maybe this, and you change the color on it. And all of a sudden you have a completely new design. I mean, the possibilities are endless, you get the idea. Don't be afraid to create 10, 20 different designs while you're in PlaceIt at a time, because it's very quick, very efficient, and that's basically it on the design portion. You could even go over to gaming templates, even YouTube templates, you know, I mean, social media templates. And now on to the video mockup and photo mockup portion of PlaceIt. So this is what's really cool. Check it out, guys. Not only do we have just images that you could render your design on, but we have videos that you could render your design on. This is really cool. This really sets your Etsy listing apart. So this would be your design here in the middle, obviously. It really sets your Etsy listings apart. It really sets your Shopify stores and advertising apart. Your social media channels can have content that looks like authentic influencers have created for your brand and for your channel, and it really just elevates the look and feel of your brand. And so the benefit here of doing this is if you were to try and do this in Photoshop, it would probably take about 30 plus minutes. Here on PlaceIt, you know, you're looking at 5 minutes or less. You know, 30 seconds maybe, even if you get really efficient with it. So again, you know, if you were to try and do this on your own in Photoshop, it would take, you know, several minutes. It would get really frustrating. It would be quite a hassle. But what PlaceIt does is they come in and they offer mugs, brochures, boxes, booklets, all these different types of mock-ups. Obviously, the obvious ones, hoodies, hats, you know, all these different kinds of mock-ups. And then they went above and beyond and implemented videos. So this is huge, guys. If you're considering getting PlaceIt, don't sleep on the fact that this mock-up catalog can elevate your brand and instantly add more content to your portfolio. And in this day and age, content is huge. So that concludes this video. Now hopefully you understand PlaceIt and some of the pros and cons, and you can go forward confidently whether you get it or you don't get it. You can have a more educated decision now. Guys, if you're interested in making money online and passive income online through print on demand and e-commerce, you're gonna wanna follow this channel. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. It's gonna be pure value, never gonna try and sell you anything, never gonna try and convince you of anything that I haven't tried personally myself. And yeah, so we're just growing a community of people that are all on the same journey. So subscribe and have a good rest of your day.